Picture this. You're driving home, the temperature suddenly tanks, and boom, you are stranded with a totally dead battery. Today, we're doing a full explainer on the anatomy of that exact roadside emergency and how modern engineering, specifically packed inside the LOKITHOR JPD400, is literally designed to solve it. We're going to dive right into the data that takes a major crisis and turns it into just a minor detour.
So, what actually happens when your car battery dies in extreme weather? Well, it's a super high-stress situation, right? You're stuck out in the freezing cold, your fingers are getting numb, and if you're stuck doing things the old-school way, you're just sitting there waiting for a tow truck, or praying a stranger driving by has jumper cables. But modern lithium tech, it completely shifts that paradigm. It takes you from relying on someone else to total self-sufficiency.
And the foundation of taking back control really comes down to raw capacity. We're talking about a massive 3,000 amps of peak current, driven by a high-rate 10,000 milliamp hour battery. To put that into perspective for you, this compact little unit has the sheer output to quickly turn over massive 12-volt vehicles. I'm talking up to 9-liter gas and 7-liter diesel engines. No sweat.
So here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover solving roadside emergencies. Second, smart jumping with ConnectMax. Third, 10 layers of safety. Fourth, real-time display data. And finally, emergency utilities.
All right, part 1, roadside emergencies solved, focusing on extreme weather readiness.
The ultimate goal here is rapid resolution. Think about it. Minute 1, you're stranded. Minute 2, you hook up the JPD400. Minute 3, your engine actually turns over. And crucially, the data backs this up in absolute extremes. It functions perfectly anywhere from -4 degrees all the way up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. You're literally turning an hours-long, freezing ordeal into a quick 3-minute process. Moving on to part 2, smart jumping with ConnectMax. This is the brains of the operation. You know how traditional jumping often fails because of oxidation, rust, or dirt built up on old battery terminals? That grime basically creates resistance that blocks the power. Well, the ConnectMax impedance detection tech acts as the brain here. It actively reads the resistance between the clamp and that dirty battery and automatically adjusts its power output to punch right through the grime. Because it does all that complex micro-adjusting for you, this tech actually yields a massive 30% improvement in starting efficiency. It ensures that a neglected, dirty terminal doesn't just completely kill your jump, doing all the analytical heavy lifting before the power even starts flowing.
Part 3, 10 layers of safety. We're talking foolproof protection.
The JPD400 is built with a really comprehensive multi-layer safety architecture. And this is absolutely critical, right? Because jumping a battery involves massive energy transfers. The internal thermal protections safeguard the lithium battery from swelling or failing, whether you're in extreme ambient heat or dead of winter cold. Meanwhile, the short circuit and overload protections actively prevent electrical fires or, frying your vehicle's sensitive onboard computers. It's an entire back-end system designed specifically to mitigate risk.
Unlike those traditional jumper cables where you're risking sparks and second-guessing the polarity, this system uses fully insulated smart clamps, and proper use is incredibly simple. You just attach the red clamp to positive, the black to negative, and wait for the system to run its impedance check. That's it. If you accidentally hook it up backwards, no problem. The reverse polarity protection catches it, stays totally spark-proof, and alerts you before any power flows. It just completely takes the anxiety out of the equation.
Okay, part 4, real-time display data, giving you total user control.
In a high-stress emergency, having clear information is super calming. The 4.15-inch digital display puts exactly what you need to know right in front of your face. You can instantly verify the vehicle's dead voltage before you jump it, monitor real-time tire pressure if you've got a flat, easily select your exact inflation mode, and constantly track the jump starter's own internal battery level. So yeah, no more guessing in the dark.
Finally, part 5, emergency utilities. Let's look at inflation and the power bank.
This is where we transition from a simple jump starter to a complete emergency toolkit. It's got a built-in 150 psi smart tire inflator, complete with preset modes for cars, motorcycles, bicycles, and even sports equipment. You literally just dial in your target pressure, and the smart pump automatically stops once it hits that precise value. So you aren't squatting on the side of the highway constantly checking a manual gauge.
But it doesn't just stop at tires. The device actually features a dual-mode air system. So beyond the standard tire inflator, it doubles as a high-volume air inflator and deflator. This means one single device handles rapid air inflation for stuff like air mattresses, inflatable boats, camping gear, and then gives you quick air release when it's time to pack it all up. It is incredibly versatile.
Beyond the mechanics, it also acts as a totally off-grid power hub. That 10,000 milliamp hour battery doubles as an emergency power bank with 30-watt fast charging right through dual USB outputs. That lets you rapidly revive dead phones or tablets to call for help. And for visibility at night, it features a 300-lumen LED light with a standard flashlight, a high-vis strobe, and even an SOS mode for those really critical situations.
So, after looking at the raw power, that smart impedance detection, the foolproof safety clamps, and the built-in air compressor and power bank, it leaves us with one final thought. Is your current emergency kit actually prepared for a real emergency? Take a look in your trunk today and ask yourself if you genuinely have the smart tools necessary to get yourself home safely. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we break down more fascinating tech.